Welcome to the second session, the afternoon session. I hope you had a good lunch. Okay, so now I would like to welcome someone who brings actually a very bright experience. Borcov is actually the founder of Site.pro, and he has customers in more than 100 countries, and Philip shared his experience after visiting more than 100 countries in the world, many of countries in Africa, and he will share with us his knowledge and insights about hosting and domains in the African region. Philip?
Thanks, David. You know, at CloudFest, people say that I visited all CloudFests, so I can say that I visited all Africa days.
Yeah, but CloudFest is more than 20 years. Started before.
As you.
Yeah.
So
started like a year.
So thank you. So let's talk about how we can boost hosting and domains in Africa. So I'm not an analytic guy, I don't know, sitting with the computer and see numbers. Of course, I like this as well, but I'm coming to visit offline. So technically, I visited, countries like Madagascar, Mauritius, Ethiopia, and meet many hosting companies. And in every country, I visit not only these guys, for example, I just record one video inside the country, but of course, I visit thousands of hosting providers. And you see these guys maybe was, I don't know, 5-7 years ago. And so about Africa, I know from inside, not guys numbers, one of the speakers today said, who come to Botswana, said only me come to Botswana. So I just visited these countries myself and just talked to many hosting providers. So my experience coming from inside. So what is Africa landscape? So firstly, the domain level is very low. So what is this domain? We create this term, we have all systems on our website. So domain means if you take some people on the street and see how many of them will have domains. What will have domains? In Netherlands, 400 people will have domains of South. In Germany, it's about 100. In Tunisia, it's about 4. So, if you see here, lots of countries like Rwanda, and it's a little bit difficult. Senegal, Zambia, Madagascar, Angola, you see 12 or 3. It means that if you take 1,000 people on the street, in Amsterdam, 300 of them will have domains. Of course, it's average. So, in Madagascar, nobody. So technically, this is landscape on Africa. Second thing is payment gateways. Technically, in Europe, probably in every country can pay PayPal or Stripe or something like this. Here, you can see every country has their own rules. Of course, situation is going better, and some countries are joining, but still, many countries, in many countries, you're unable to pay to each other. For example, from guys from Libya to pay to Tunisia could be a big problem. Or for example, for a Tunisian guy to pay to let's say, Madagascar, it's quite to be insane, and even to Tanzania that is nearby, to pay it's quite complicated. One more issue is all hosting companies are small. And when they talk, I'm not except South Africa. Everybody writing this. So mostly in Europe, if you meet a hosting company and it doesn't have 100,000 domains, it means you're talking to a small company. In Africa, mostly lots of CCLDs have 5, 10, 15,000 domains sold for the country at all. So, mostly hosting companies are small. So mostly hosting companies host outside. Of course, there are 400 data centers, but it's for telecoms, for government organizations. Mostly it's much, much, much cheaper to host outside. For me, it's a big problem, of course, for Africa, because it should be manageable, and government rules should say if you're in Zambia, you should host in Zambia. But in a big economy like China, I don't know, let's say Russia, I know they have the same rule, Belarus has the same rule, and
lots of countries, they try to protect the economy and said private data is inside, servers are inside. So in China, for example, you need to get ESP license, EPS license, or something like this. So should we have local company hosted inside? For example, Google doesn't follow Chinese rules, so Google doesn't work in China. So the same could be like in Africa as well. But mostly all hosting companies buy from Netherlands, Germany, US. Doesn't. So also what is important, not data-driven methods. I will talk about this a little bit more deep. But technically, I never seen a single company in Africa who use data-driven methods. And I can prove, like I periodically like meet guys from GoDaddy, from 1&1, from Namecheap, our customer, like lots of other guys. Believe me, like market leaders use these technologies on daily basis. Small companies do not know what is it. So also one more problem for Africa is complicated to settle this. Every single country has their own rules. Let's say Ethiopia unable to sell like domains to outside, like Kenya just allow to like if you're not inside Kenya, you're unable to buy domains or something like this. In Namibia, if you would like to buy domain, it costs like $100. You need to prepay for 2 years, and you need to fill papers to buy domain. So like lots of countries are really like in the Stone Age. In some, like as I remember, Zambia wasn't no API for registry. So registry doesn't provide API. I was like visiting them and like, hey guys, how are you working? They said, okay, just I pushing the register. I said, I visited lots of registrars. They said, no API. When you do APIs, we write formal letters to them, So it's really, in many countries, still Stone Age. And this is like landscape where we need to operate and how to of course, situation is going better, it's much better. And also, small companies usually has no profit. Small hosting companies has no profit, no sales, and no future. Because future looks like this. Country is disconnected, let's say Tunisia. Tunisia is somehow disconnected from the world. Once Tunisia will be connected to the world fully, when companies like OVH and something just come and take everything. Not 99%, 100%. Because while these countries like Tanzania, they're disconnected, so OVH, very complicated to them to sell in Tanzania. No payment gateway, all these problems. And so Tanzania somehow try to survive. Why, let's say, PayPal, Stripe start working in Tanzania, and when all locals start having cards, no single local company will left in Tanzania. Just global will take everything. So this is like landscape, and I try how we can change it. So this is like my landscape that I see like from like last 5 years. So let's see from the regular small hosting company in Africa, what they thought, what kinds of problems they have. Firstly, they said, we need investments, we need money. Like small hosting company, 3, 5, 10 people, we need money for data center, we need money for something. So regularly small hosting company said like, we need more money. Second, we do not have right marketing channel. It's very regular. So you pay for the customer more than you get from the customer. And also, one more thing, our country is specific. By the way, you can go to any country, to Bulgaria, to Mozambique, to Madagascar, you can come to any country. Talk to any hosting company. They said, our country is specific. All hosting companies sell cPanel or other panel, sell hosting, sell domain, sell emails, but all of them are specific. Okay. So it's disease, you need to learn it. So our opinion, once we visit all of them, our opinion, what kind of problems they have. They possibly do not know what it means unit economics. So technically, unit economics is the core of every single internet business. But in Africa, education problem is really big one. And unit economics, people do not know what is it. Second thing, no data-driven methods. It means like decision making is like regular just. I think it works, I do. So this is our opinion main problems, because when GoDaddy and other big players comes to the market, they really use best tools. And believe me, when you talk to top level people, like top people in, or maybe top marketing people in big giant companies, their tools are really strong. So this is my opinion, is the main reason why small companies have no chance to fight. So how fight looks like? Regular company in Africa, 100 to 1,000 domains. It's regular hosting company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. No budgets, no brand. This is regular African company, like Madagascar, I don't know, doesn't matter. And what is like global players? OVH, Wix, GoDaddy. They need to fight, yeah? They need to win the customer. I don't know, I'm in Tanzania, I would like to have just stable hosting. So I'm just have, I don't know, $3, $5, $7 per month, just would like to buy a hosting. These small companies fight with big providers. And just double check that we use different tools. I just show that is like on daily basis. This like growth hacking started like 20 years ago. We made a conference about this. So Airbnb 10 years ago had 150 people in growth hacking team. 150 people. We don't know what is it, but Airbnb like 10 years ago had 150 people in the team. In Facebook, like more than 2,000 growth hackers. 2,000. Like Amazon do like more than 1,000 experiments each day. Like things like fake buttons, like product mindset, I don't know, pretesting. So it's like daily basis terms for them. And like calculate, if you just ask a regular hosting company in Africa, what is your CAC, maybe lifetime, still what you ask him, how you activate your customers? They will not understand what you're asking them. What is activation? If you ask somebody like from GoDaddy, from I don't know, any big company in Malaysia, in Philippines, any big company in Germany, they're talking about activation, you know, they like the number one problem for them. Because, by the way, Mr. Rolandos from IT.com, what they talking about how much domains they sold. They're not talking about how much domain was activated. Do you understand the idea? If I sold 100,000 domains and they were not activated, it means just I spent money for marketing, that's all. So activation is number one, but nobody talks about activation. Nobody needs it. Like, you know, here problem not exist. This like conversions, end-to-end analytics, like we talk about this later, and also churn rate retention. So this is daily terms. For normal educated e-commerce in Europe, it's daily terms. In Africa, when you start talking about this, of course, in South Africa, it's a little bit different, as I said, but mostly people just, what are you talking about? Just say me where to get customers. That's all. So I said like, this is tools, one of the tools, just in marketing, that big giants come with, and they do it on daily basis. Okay. So what to do? Now, you know, everybody should say like this, oh, buy my service. You know, our service start like from $20 per month. Now it's cost $200. Why we did it? Just, you know, there are golden toilet rule. You know, when there are like two services and people just thinking between two of them, you make one very expensive. So people choose other. So we increase price 10 times. Just people to avoid buying. So we motivate all people, go to revenue share and said, take our product for free. Because like, easier thinking. When product is cheap, you're still thinking, but when you say like 200 monthly, it's quite to be insane for regular African company. So we recommend to take revenue share model and website builder with revenue share, and I will describe how it works. So what is the solution? How small African company or average African company can successfully fight with like OVH and other providers. However, telecom has the same problems. So firstly, for hosting, you need very complicated thing to install plugin. Plugin is compatible with cPanel plus DSP manager. I don't know, we have 10 panels and API. So installing plugin, I think it's quite easy. Second thing, earn commissions. So technically, from hosting point of view, it's very easy. You just install plugin and forget. Also could be on cloud Linux VPS as well, no problem. So it's and how it works from the customer, for the hosting customer. So user just click website builder. So user can be from the billing, from website, or from hosting panel. Doesn't matter. User just need to click website builder or edit website or start new website. Then user need to create website. So how it works for user. And then possibly user upgrades. He can upgrade or not. If user upgrades, we get the money, hosting company gets the money. So just very, very easy flow. So one more time. Hosting company just installs these plugins. User click on a plugin, get to the builder, sometimes upgrades. And of course, we work hard to make user visit all the steps. So why revenue share? Why you need to use website builder, a user revenue share model? Firstly, it's no investments, just at the morning you made a landing page, install plugins to cPanel, you're done. So you start reselling. Second thing, if you do it correctly, increasing all hosting metrics, increase lifetime, increase LTV, increase drop rate goes smaller. You sell more domains. For example, you sell 1 year ago I just showed. If you sell domain and if you sell domain plus website builder, you will sell more domains. If you sell hosting or you sell hosting and website builder included, you will sell more hosting. If you have, let's say, 100,000 unactivated domains and said, hi guys, you have unactivated domain. Just use my website builder, use website builder, complete website, it's free. People start activating domain. If people activated their domains, it means they will continue paying for them. So technically, with website builder, you can increase lots of metrics. Of course, okay, end-to-end analytics. By the way, for Ernst & Young guys, it's very important. Regular hosting company, I would say 95% of world hosting companies have no analytics. They have Google Analytics. What measure Google Analytics? Usually from the first visitor till the registration. I saw in my life one company, as I remember it was Namecheap, who go deeper with Google Analytics. In the Google Analytics, they have e-commerce model that works very complicated, but I saw one company in the world who complete with this target. All others, they talking, but never complete. So technically, what it means end-to-end analytics. So you measure something before ads, you measure something on the website, then you measure something, for example, person comes from different stages. Ads, then he came to the website, then he registered, he get through a double CMS, then he came to the cPanel, also as a platform, then he goes to website builder, also as a panel, then he comes to checkout, also double CMS, then he comes to payment gateway, complete payment, and come back to the website. And you need to track all of this story. And if you track all this story, you are, I think, top 1% of hosting companies in the world. Because nobody tracks. Can you imagine? But believe me, these guys from leading, from top, they're best here. They know what's happening. Regular hosting companies, they have analytics for double CMS, they have analytics for websites, they have analytics for blah, blah, blah. But end-to-end analytics, nothing. Yeah. So we help to implement this tool. By the way, the tool is free. We use Mixpanel. We can use any others. But the idea is to use one tool from the ads till all flow. Doesn't matter what kind of technologies you use till the end. And you can see which customer what did. Also, one more problem of Google Analytics, if you use it or any other analytics, they aggregate the data. So technically, when you see that it was 5,000 users, let's say, 3 years ago, it's only 5,000 users, nothing else. In normal analytics, you can click and see user's ID and track this user in the system. So Google Analytics just has common numbers that provides nothing. By the way, here is huge layout of data and of knowledge and potential. And by the way, in Africa, I haven't seen single company who use it. Okay, data-driven changes. For example, let's compare 3 hosting companies. Let's say we have lots of data from different hosting companies. And we have this company here, activate user, This company has had better conversion somehow. Why? But her conversion is very low. Why? And for example, we are analyzing companies this here. Maybe they motivate to make wrong traffic here. Maybe something like this. So we can make decision based on data, data-driven decisions, because we see should be problem here. We see a problem. We do A/B testing. We see like, for example, here is like 88, here is 9.3, but at the end, later the same conversion. So here is somebody doing a better. So for example, when you do A/B testing, we see like A, B going better, and there are lots of things like this. And once we have data, if we have no data, we're doing like, sometimes small hosting company is just asking us, you need to develop new feature in the builder. We ask them, do you know how many people log into the builder? What do they do inside? But people need this feature, So we need data-driven decisions. And there are lots of methodology how to track the feature before you developed. For example, like we did, like I talked about the story like 1.5 years ago, that before selling emails, we didn't know if we sell emails or not. So we made email button and checkout. So we hadn't emails, but you just put checkout button, people just click and buy it. And once people buy it, we said, oh, sorry, email doesn't work, sorry, and refund the money. But we know how many people would buy emails when we implement it. So it means like we use methodology that locals do not use. So it means like we can test before development. By the way, good testers also Elon Musk, for example, before start producing Tesla, he collected from 200 people prepayments, like first check for $5,000 that they will buy, first Tesla for 100K or something like this. So Elon Musk also goes. Elon Musk, by the way, is perfect growth hacker. If you need, I can later provide you more tricks that he made. So they use methods that we do not use. And of course, they have better metrics. Of course, why people use revenue shares, 50% lifetime. So of course, when you use website builder together with us, with our free consulting, you get also, we do revenue share. You're a small hosting, you don't know how to sell. We help you to sell, and we do revenue share 50-50. So you have zero risk. Also, one thing, for example, you are from Tanzania. And Tanzania, let's say we don't have payment gateway in Tanzania. We're unable to collect money. And important, we make payment gateway with you. And if we have other customers who also, let's say, have big traffic in Tanzania but unable to collect money, you can help them to make the payment. And you get additional 10% of income. So technically, you can get income from your competitors. With some countries, we really very succeed with this. So technically, who can collect money in Tanzania? Or maybe Madagascar. In Madagascar, mobile payments, this Africa is number one in mobile payments. Mobile payments, it means like they take Nokia and send money, And who can collect money from Madagascar? Technically, nobody. But let's say we have reseller in Madagascar who can help everybody to collect money in Madagascar. So also you have 10% commission. And also, we carry your sales. Because we have lots of methodologies, we have lots of experience, lots of hosting company data, and we can see like, hey guys, lots of people coming inside Builder, but nobody finished websites. Maybe language is incorrect, maybe Builder is too slow, maybe a wrong message before people come. They came here and afraid, and they wait for something. Maybe the ads was wrong that you're sending people to the Builder. And of course, SEO results comes better. Google now, Google 10 years ago just calculated how many links and how strong they were, so they made the position. Now Google knows everything. Google technically knows more about websites than you, all the time, all the conversions. And of course, if you have nice conversion, so customers stay with you longer. If customers stay with you longer, you have better, like more visitors on the website. Also, if you have landing page about website builder, and by the way, Google traffic, more than 50% of Google traffic is about how to make website, something like this, than to about domains and shared hosting. So technically, you can you can double your traffic with Google. As we show, this is like real numbers. And last slide. right changes can provide sometimes right results. Like this is very popular. Make Africa great again. You know, if you come to, let's say, South Africa or Madagascar, you know, all countries in Africa competing where the humanity starts. You know, it starts here or here. So Africa is the region where the people were born. So I said, like, make the Africa again. You see, Trump is very young. Not as now. He's like 55 or 60. Very young Trump. So make Africa great again. Or of course, you can continue investing in ads. You know, still many companies buying ads in Google. And my personal opinion why ads in Google are cost so high, because in Google you're competing with your competitors. And in some competitors has very stupid marketing guys. And they just putting lots of money they do not calculate. And because you're competing with guys who has no experience, they spend much more money than you, and click costs a lot. So technically, we mostly do not advertise in Google. On Facebook, we have some tests, but technically unit economics works very bad. We did lots of tests, we saw lots of stories. Mostly, believe me, people just do not calculate, that's all. Very easy way to calculate. For example, you spend 10K for Google monthly. Stop spending 10K and you will see how your income possibly will be the same. Of course, some metrics goes down, blah, 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 but we really did lots of tests. So you can do right changes with data-driven, like right data-driven changes, or you can just put money in Google and in the long term, be in the same place. Okay, thanks for your questions and thanks for your time. Okay.
Regarding the African case, mainly the country that I know, which is French-spoken Africa, websites are not source of profit, of any profit, or any creation of value or in any income. Mainly they are showcases, and company or small business are making profit through Facebook, through Instagram, through WhatsApp, but never with through any website.
I do know why. I just 1.5 years again talked about this, that regular, if you see new Jeep, let's say in Zambia, in new Jeep you will see Instagram page, Facebook page, and Gmail. Firstly, all of them are free, firstly. Second, there are no way what they can do, because to buy domain for them, it looks like insane. You need to go physically to the hosting company, buy something, and then to make website is other issue. But of course, if everything becomes much cheaper, everything comes much better. And regarding hosting companies, I know the guy, he sold his company, I don't know what is the price, but when I talking with him 3 years ago, it's just before the war, it was like biggest Russian hosting group, Alexei. His target was to sell the company over €1 billion. And he said to me that 20 years, every single year, he get, insights from all his colleagues that shared hosting should go down because time. And he said, 20 years is most profitable service with at least 30% margin, technically. And if you have over 1,000 customers is the minimum when the profit starts. And then it's really, if not, you can see, I just came, like this year was like Philippines, Malaysia, I don't know, Brunei, Singapore, I think maybe Maldives, maybe, sorry? No, Brunei. Yeah, so And so I saw like these companies, they're so big, so big groups. You can like they have like guys like 20 hosting companies in the group. They're really so big. Like, so hosting companies is really profitable business. When you're big, if you have 100K domains, it's really profitable business. Many hosting. By the way, the founder of Hostinger, he was my also ex-partner, and before he was killed, he visited our office maybe once per year, and. A young guy, he maybe was 5 years younger than me, 3 years. He said like hosting business is like 90% profit, technically, because hosting costs nothing, support costs nothing, and like with one machine you can run like, I don't know, one machine, let's say 3 guys who doing full-time support, let's say India, one server costs, let's say 10K one time, and you use one server, you can run, I don't know, 50K income per month. So technically it's like extremely profitable business. This guy, by the way, drove Audi RH, Ferrari LaFerrari, and he was before 30 years, and like he was like one of our first customer, and he said like I trust him. So he said like hosting business is like 90% profit, and also other guys had like 30% profit. They're big guys, so of course the question is how to become very big, but it's very profitable business. Yeah,
I'm totally agree that it's profitable, but there is a scenario where a shared revenue, I can't understand how it will function in Africa.
Okay, sorry.
I'm agree that it's profitable, but not in shared revenue, because the small businesses don't create revenue. They need a showcase on the web as a website. Generally, they have domain name which link to the Facebook page. Most of them.
Yeah.
They don't create any revenue through the website, but they created through social media.
Yeah,
you talk about Brunei, Malaysia, Philippines, and so on. These countries are well educated. Don't forget that in Africa, customers are not well educated. They are familiar to scroll, but that if they have to go with a website, they have no ability. They are confused in front of the website. But they, even not educated person, they are inhabited to scroll.
You know, like for example, now in Philippines, in Indonesia, also just was like a few months ago, the TikTok was blocked. You know, very good health. You know, in Russia now blocked YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You know, it's very healthy for the economy. You didn't, so it's really very healthy for the economy. And believe me, once here, let's say Tanzania, or let's say Swahili countries block Facebook, everybody's thinking, wow, Facebook could be blocked. You know, somebody invested millions in their Instagram, and Instagram is blocked. So, you know, this education comes, firstly thing. And reselling model is for hosting companies. So hosting companies, say 10,000 domains. So they have 10,000 domains, but they don't know how to sell website builder. Usually they just install plugin, do nothing. And because they you know, after installing plugins, they wait for some money, it not comes. They need to make some small changes on the website. And usually they don't know what to do. And never educated companies, sometimes like companies like with 1 million domains, they do not know how to sell. They know how to run standard business. Ever like in Germany. In Germany is market is like if you see hosting company's website, the style usually is really very old. One CEO was on the stage, maybe like 5-7 years ago, like hosting one conference. He was talking mobile first. I asked him, why your website is not mobile? So when I'm talking about reselling, so it's about hosting companies who like can help to with local support, with local payment gateways, with everything to like cover this part. But of course, this Facebook and Instagram time, it's only just to remind you before it's free, and hosting doesn't do their job. The domain should be accessible, very easy to pay, very fast, automative. if I can make Instagram just now, but for the website, I need to come somewhere, blah, 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 blah. We just had the talk with the Malawian registry just like last week. And the cost of Malawian domain is $40. $100 is normal salary in Malawi. And said like, let's do something, crazy. Let's compete. I said, oh, no market. I open Street View and start going to every site. Every shop. Facebook, Instagram, sometimes .com. I said, nobody use Malawian domain name. It's $40, but I think nobody use it, you see? Let's go with Street View. And they have small numbers. If they would have like $3-5, people start, and very easy to pay. For example, pay with SMS and instant website builder or something. Things will start happening. For example, in Rwanda, I don't know if they finish the deal. In Rwanda, they have first year for domain for free. Very nice initiative. So now we start working with one of the biggest hosting provider. Possibly if they still have the free domain name, we can do some really significant changes in the market. By the way, in Russia, they have also the same situation, like domain cost like $200 or something. And they drop the price to $3. And now it's one of the best growing economy. So like, because domain name costs really very, very small amount. Yeah. I can talk a lot, so maybe stop me some.
Okay.
Thank you for time.
Nowadays people tend to ask ChatGPT for